Good afternoon. I was going to say good morning, but then I realized nope, it's at the PM where I'm at. Actually, 111. That's a good sign. And that's my sign from the universe that it's a yes or a go. So, for some of you out there, if you have a question heavily on your mind, if it's yes or no, well, according to the universe, it's yes. 111. Good time to get on. Well, anyway, I did a live prior. I try to something happened with my computer, so I jumped off real quick. But yeah, I'm back again. I just kind of wet my glove right now. Gosh darn it. But anywho, yeah, these are my new gloves. Do you like them? I like them. Like the little heart. Wait, I'm trying to. There we go. That heart is beautiful, isn't it? It's on both. Anyway, I wet the tip of it just a little bit. Actually, so I did a lot of shuffling. I moved a lot of shit around. And guess what I forgot to do? Put the cushion under this seat the way I was supposed to. That was the whole point. I was like, oh, if I get a cushion, put it underneath, my ass, it won't hurt so bad, sitting here for a while. And I did everything else but that. So at some point, I'm going to get up when my ass starts hurting so I can put something under here. Because this is one of those metal folding chairs. They're really more for, it's not, I don't have a nice comfy chair. But anywho, I took everything in the back, moved it over there. Oh, and then I got my sage burning over here. I cleansed and cleared my space. Did I introduce myself? Hi, Roxanne. Welcome to Alchemy of Acrimony. I don't know. My brain is going nuts here. It's on fast forward. Anywho, I need to slow down. I don't know, but if I didn't introduce myself, I don't remember what I did. I just know I jumped on here and I started talking. Well, anywho, if I didn't, I'm sorry. My name is Roxanne and welcome into my channel. This is Alchemy of Acrimony. And as you can see, I don't got my shit together, but that's okay. Who does, right? I was trying to get myself situated. And so I wanted you guys to have like a cute background. I actually laid out all my cards and lit my candles. And I'm really sad because where's it at? Right there. That candle right there. My guardian angel candle. It went out. It is no longer. I burned it till it can't burn anymore. And I'm so sad. I gotta actually run out to the store and go get me another one because I can't be without that candle. Yeah, but I'm looking outside and it's super windy. So if you hear the wind, I'm sorry. But where I'm at, the weather's dysfunctional. So I hate the wind. It's not cooperating. I hate when it's super, super windy because I got all this hair. So it just like, and then it turns into like a rat's nest in the back of my, head, like underneath your neckline. I don't know if you ladies get that, where by the end of the day, it looks like a big ball of, like a nest of birds. Like you're afraid you're going to find one because it's like a big ball of knot. That's what my hair turns into, especially when it's super windy. And that's what it's been like. So it kind of sucks. Oh, yeah. So we have the mask. And if you know about the mask, all of you that know, thank you so much, because that means you join me and you watch my channel. So for those of you that know, you know what the mask is. So I actually introduced that during the Libra reading, which I didn't know was going to be the Libra reading. And then it was like, surprise, it's the Libra reading. And then right behind is my my buddy. It's not Jack, but it's Mr. Skeleton. My daughter actually named him, and I forgot what she named him because the other one I named him Julio. Julio is really cute. Actually, I want to bring him out so you guys can see him. Man, I think I'm going to bring Julio out. When I go get my pillow to put it under my ass when it starts hurting, I'm going to go introduce you to, I'll grab Julio and introduce you guys. He's another one that looks like Mr. Skeleton back there, and he's super cute, and he was my first one that I bought. When I seen him, I thought he was adorable, and I actually got him on clearance because they were clearing out a lot of Halloween stuff. And I love when that happens because my Halloween is year round. So if things go on clearance, usually it does. After the holiday, they push stuff out. And then things that were like $50, which I think my Mr. Julio was like $50, but they lowered him down to like 20. So I got him for $20, and I thought that was a steal because he's super cute and he's been with me for a few years, and I absolutely love him. I dressed him up. He does have a pair of glasses. I want to get him a pair of Lokes, but he has some Lagunita glasses. Lagunitas did, like, I don't know, I guess they did some type of, they promoted themselves, and my dad went to this event and he brought back some glasses. So I put him on Julio. He has his Lagunitas little black shades with a, and then my son didn't want this earring that he had. It was like a big diamond earring, and I put that in Julio's ear. I pierced him. He's already dressed to the nines. He's got the suspense. We fell in love with him. And I was like, here, coming home with me, Julio. And I dressed him up and, put him in just kind of spruced him up a little. Yeah. So that is, that's crazy, because I do need to bring him out so you guys could see him. And so, anywho, be whatty, this is chat. I put chat in the title because some people don't care for the chat and they're just like, yeah, I want to hear Oracle and get it over with, which I get it. That's cool. I'm gonna learn how to put chapters, so that way it'll, if you guys don't want to hear all of my shit, you can fast forward through it and then get to the part where it's the chapter of where I start doing Oracle or tarot or whatever it is that I'm doing, so you could get just straight to the read. But just FYI, so I do love to converse with you guys, and my brain, when spirit's giving me downloads, and then the way my brain is, when the two collide, you're gonna get a lot of chit chat, and sometimes I don't know, start talking about whatever, and that's just the way it is. That's the way I rock. That's the way I flow. So I'm sorry, but there's tons of different readers out there that fit your style if you don't care for mine, and that's all good in my neighborhood. So anywho, point is, yeah, so I have music going. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't want to get copyrighted or whatever that's called, because I know you can't. On some oldies, the new school oldies. I love the Sinceres. I love Mariah Avila. Actually seen her live at the Pomona Fair. Oof, she did like a pop-up. She showed up and I got to see, she was like literally 3 feet in front of me. And it was not a huge crowd. It was in the section where they had all the lowriders. And I got to see an up close and personal performance by her. This was like a couple years back. Fucking amazing. She's a very great singer, and she is top tier. She redoes those oldies, and with her voice, she has a lot of soul, a lot of heart for what she does, and I could feel it. I absolutely love her. So Mariah Avila, if you watch tarot and you happen to come across this channel, I'm your biggest fan. No, but you do a really beautiful work. So I do have my phone running. I wonder if you can hear it. I wonder, because I can barely hear, but I see it. I can't hear that. Now I can't hear it. So I know for sure you can't hear it. I don't know, but anywho, I do have, if you hear, pick up little something, that's my, I had it, because I had it on earlier. I have it on how I play my music, and I was running around here, getting things together, shuffling things around, getting ready to come on here, and then getting my stuff ready for tonight. For tonight's dinner, no joke, guys, in the sink right now, I have thawing a salmon, a sockeye salmon. Just to give you guys an idea, no joke, this shit's like that big. That big, I'm not lying. It cost me $22 at Costco, but I eat a lot of fish and a lot of greens. Lately, I've been eating like shit because I was doing the keto diet, but lately I've been falling off and my body can feel it. I can tell I'm kind of like crashing and burning here. It really does make a difference, the kind of food you put into your body as you get older. And so I kind of, I was doing a lot of the fish and the greens, any type of green vegetable. I'm a lover of vegetables, so I don't mind. It's like great for me. In my opinion, if you're a lover of vegetables and fish, hop on the keto. I lost a lot of weight. a lot of weight. In 3 months, I lost 23 pounds. And so I stuck with it. But lately, I have been the past month, here and there, I'll kind of like indulge on the weekends. And the indulging is starting to turn into the weekdays now. And that's not good. That's not cool at all. And I'm really starting to see like how much my body misses that purification I was giving it, because I do believe when you feed your body the right things, you are purifying it. Your body's your vessel. And so when you feed it this healthy, nutritious things, I can feel the purification. I can feel the cleanness in my body, and the fact that how well my body responded to that diet. And, it was almost like my body wanted to say like, about time, bitch, because I needed that. I really needed the health food stuff. I needed the fish and the veggies. And so yeah, I've noticed the weekend indulgence is turning into the weekday, which is not good. That's scary, because I don't want that to be a habit, because then all that hard work that I put into my diet, or my purification, I'm just gonna end up, you know, going back into old bad habits. And I'm trying really to steer clear of that. I don't want to do that. What I'm wearing is so comfortable. Okay, so check this out. I'm shocked because I bought this at Walmart, and I'm not trying to promote Walmart because I don't really like Walmart, but the inside, they put really soft material inside of it, even in the pants. The pants are really cool too. It's the drawstring, and they're baggy, and I love baggy. And so even the inside of these pants, like, it feels like, ooh, like silky. And my body, because I have a sports bra on underneath, so I'm feeling it just feels so good. Like it feels great. Like I feel like snuggly. I don't know. When I was shocked because I didn't even realize when I grabbed it. I grabbed it because I was like, oh, this is cute. And then I put it on this morning and I was like, whoa, what is this? Versace. It ain't Versace. It's faux. It's generic. It's swap meet. Oh man, I'm not even trying to make fun of the swap meet. I get all my shit at the swap meet, even my t-shirts, all my gear, my bags. Swap meet. I shop at the swap meet. I go to the Santa Fe Spring swap meet a lot. I'm like, yeah, my pops is a staple at that place. They should give him his own fucking table in front of the stage because he's there every weekend. Santa Fe Spring Swap Meet. If you don't know, well, I'm pretty sure if you guys have Instagram or any type of social media, they actually have a page that's dedicated to all the homegirls and the homeboys getting out there and dancing to Suave or Malo or whatever bands. They have other cover bands out there too. They go heavy metal, they go alternative. I mean, I've went to all of those and they're all off the hook. And they also have the salsa, and because I know that's really big now, and that kind of music blew up with the culture. And it's like super cool because that Swami promotes everybody, and so they have these big events, and sometimes they get fucking packed out, depending. But that's my vibe. That's my people. That's where I come from, and yeah, I love that. Actually, I miss being close to home because that's my home. I think a lot about moving. Oh, yeah. So for those of you that know, when I have my morning coffee, I have Jack. And if you don't see Jack, it's because Jack is dirty. Jack up and went and got himself dirty. Yeah. So, anyway, about the fish. The fish is really big. I got it at Costco, like 22, 21 bucks for the fish, right? But well worth it because it's so big. I'm going to cook it all, but I'm not going to eat it all, obviously. But I'm trying to get back on track, right? So I'm like, okay, for me, it's a weekend because my work week was cut short. So yay for me. I'm not rushing to get out of here to go to work. Whoop, whoop. Actually, right about now, I would be leaving work. So, I'm so happy. I'm thankful for that. Anywho, getting back to the fish, I bought it. It's big, but the point is, it's so big. I'm gonna chop it up after I cook it, and then probably put it into 3. So for the next, so my weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's fish. And I'm not, I don't do rice. I actually cut a lot of that out of my diet. Rice, bread, sugar. But ooh, lately I've been dipping. No bueno. No bueno at all, because I just feel like I'm creeping back into bad habits, and I just really don't want to mess up the progress. I really don't. I finally got rid of, because I was getting I don't know, for you ladies out there, I'm pretty sure you understand when you're starting to feel a certain way about yourself, and you really feel like, certain parts of yourself just you're not happy with, like when you try clothes on, or I don't know. But I know for me personally, my opinion, I when I feel not a good way, and then also too not feeling good, like I was tired a lot, I felt run down and fatigued, and I was like, why? I slept, and so that purification, it all comes back to that. So more than anything, yeah, it's good to look good in your clothes, but at the end of the day, whoo, your body just really, I could feel those toxins flushing out of me when I was dieting. I could feel all the key points of, okay, all those poor body parts, my internal organs were suffering. They were suffering, and I used to vape. So, fun fact, maybe not a good fact, but for those of you that know, I do talk about myself, and I share a little bit about myself on the channel. And so, fun fact, there's all my cards. I love my cards. Okay, so fun fact, the heck was I saying? Oh yeah, I used to vape. And so I know there's a lot of people that do, and I'm not knocking anybody that does, but I did that for I think it was about 2 years ago. I picked up on that. For me, it was a nasty habit, and ooh, I think I have stopped doing that prior to going on the keto. I think around the time that I noticed I was really unhealthy, I started getting really bad coughs from the vaping, and those coughs were becoming more and more frequent, and it started to scare me. And then I started to read about the vapes and all this stuff with the lungs. And of course, you think that you're putting one thing in your body because it's, but you're really, because it's like it's not an actual cigarette, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, shit, I should have smoked a pack of cigarettes, because it's all the same shit. I mean, I think it's even worse because those vapes have batteries. And so when you really start to think about it, it's like, whoa, the battery, when you're burning that and it's lighting it up to give it the rev to go so you could smoke it. And it's like, well, where's that all going? So, yeah, after a while, 18 on the clock as I'm saying that. So I don't know, some of you are struggling with vaping. If you are and you do want to quit, that's good. Good for you. I did. So I don't know if, dude, I don't even know. Maybe somebody out there is going through that, but I have been free and clear of vaping for 8 months. 8 months, probably longer. And then right around that time when I started to heal my lungs and cut that off, I noticed that the coughs and my body, it started to heal up. I started drinking teas and sipping on pretty not so good tasting things in order to clear my lungs out. I went into the holistic approach and started to put some concoctions together, like garlic and turmeric. And if you look into all those things, what's good for the lungs are good for cleansing the body. I started making my own stuff in a blender and just, you know, chopping up the garlic, squeezing it, like doing what I had to do. And I did that for like a few weeks, and just to get a really proper cleanse. And it benefited me actually. When I was doing this, my body wanted to start to get sick with a really bad cough, and I actually cleared myself up of that. So I'm attributing it to that, the fact that it was taking in the holistic, the natural medicine that I was giving my body. The fact that I had stopped vaping and I wasn't feeding it no more, that the vape. And so combining all that together, my cough ended up subsiding, and then it went away. And thank God for that, because when I get sick, it can turn into bronchitis and walking pneumonia and pneumonia in general. And I've actually had walking pneumonia a couple of times. And so ever since I quit, and I have been, and I did the whole, clearing out my body with those natural, the garlic and the turmeric and whatever, all the stuff that you can, the tea. I even started doing tea. And when that happened, I really seen how bad my body was not in order properly. Like, it was not okay. And it was like its way of saying, thank you for giving me, like, how do you say, replenishing things to fix it. Because it was almost like a kind of like when you do something and you go, because it just feels good, right? That's kind of like what my body was saying to me, like, you're finally treating me right, bitch. So yeah. And then I really started to see, like, damn, and I let it go. And then the vaping also, towards the end, I noticed it was starting to give me really bad headaches. And now, well, okay, so what I did is, those headaches, I remind myself, and the coughing and how bad they got, I take it back. So a way that I heal, stay in the healing path of not wanting to vape again, I remind myself what the headache feels like, and the coughing, and how bad and how sick I get. I take myself because sometimes when I, have a beer or I drink or whatever, you want to smoke, right? That's your inclination. Your brain, something with drinking and smoking, your brain, like, it racks the two together. Like, you want to put the two together, like they just match. And so 22:11 on the clock, somebody needs to hear this. I don't know who needs to hear it, but anywho, point is, my body would say, hey, drinking, you're having a good time, you're feeling it, and then you want to smoke, right? And so when I get those thoughts, even now, when I have a glass of wine or a beer or whatever, I want to, it's very, very, it's coming very less now, those thoughts of wanting to pair up smoking and drinking. And I think it's because the more I heal the body, and the more I psych my brain to tell my brain, think of the sickness when you think of the vape. And so the more I put that into practice and I do it, the more I find myself less and less wanting to pair the two. So now I can do, if I'm going to sip or whatever, I don't feel the need to have to want to do that. It's like I automatic, and if I do find where I see people, because you go out in public, anywhere you go, and then you see somebody smoking on a vape, and and that can give you a lot of, like, oh, I want to hit that. But when that happens, the times that it does, there's sometimes I'll smell it and someone's smoking it and it gives me asco. And for those of you that don't know what asco means, like in the Mexican, it's Spanish for, like, asco's like, ooh, like it gives you like, ugh, like you just makes you gag, like it's repelling. And so sometimes, depending, I don't know what it is, there are other times where I can see that around me and smell it, and I want to, especially if I am drinking, more so when I'm drinking. But I bring my brain back to that. When I think about it, I pivot my brain to turn into the direction of the headache, because sometimes when you really, really, sync your mind and your thoughts and your feelings, they can, like, have you ever looked at something and, like, it triggered a memory or an emotion just through a scent or a smell? Like, you can link. So I link the scent, the memory, the scent, the smell of the vape to a headache. So that's how I further keep on staying in that healing path of not wanting to vape. I link the smell or the vape itself to the headache, the coughing, and to the point where I have to go to the doctor and get on antibiotics because it was out of control. And just remembering the sickness that came with that, and literally just horrible. The costs were horrible. And so, yeah, my body has been free and clear of that for a while now. And I'm very, very happy for that. I have a lot of gratitude for that because I am able to beat it now. I am able to beat it. And for those of you, I don't know, maybe I'm talking about that because some of you are struggling with that. Maybe you're thinking about letting it go, but it's hard. And I get it. I get it because it took me a while. I wasn't actually, when I did originally start, I fell off the wagon like 3 months later, probably less than that, maybe like a month. And then the next time I did it was like 3 months later. I fell off the wagon. And so, as with anything, when you pick up a habit, it's hard to break. You can't just be like, wake up the next day, hey, I'm not going to vape no more. And it doesn't work that way. And so I understand the addiction to things like that, even with the alcohol. I've gotten a time in my life, especially when I was first going through my divorce. Oh, I was a walking disaster. And so, ooh, these feel so good. They're soft. It was, I'm all, if you catch me doing that, it's because these are really soft. Yeah. So, yeah, I was a walking disaster. I consumed too much. I am not 100% free of alcohol. I'm not going to lie to you guys on that. I do like to drink. I like to drink periodically. Sometimes it gets out of control where I just want to, drink and drink and drink. And like that could be, when I'm saying that, it could be like start a Saturday off. Maybe, I barbecue, or I'm doing something, listening to my music, and I'm, feeling it. And I'm like, okay, let's have a sip of wine or whatever. But then, and then before you know it, you know, not too long in, I look and I'm going to get my next glass and the bottle's empty. So that kind of shit, like I'm, so when I get overly, I have to remind myself also, like, okay, relax. This weekend, we're going to relax. We're going to pull back the reins on that. And we're not going to dive into that. And even during the week, that is becoming more and more of a reality for me that, that's not possible. You can't, because I used to do that, and then you struggle to get up and go to work, and you're just, so that's another key factor right there. I bring my mind back to the feeling of feeling like hungover and like shit at work. And that is not a happy place to be when you're hungover and work. Just putting those two words together, I gave everybody Oscar right now. Hungover and work, where you're like, you go to work and you're like, you want to run to the bathroom and just throw up because you're just dizzy, you're sweating all the alcohol out of you. And you still have to do what you need to do. And people are like, are you all right? And you're like, yeah, I'm good. It's taking me, my brain got a clip of Bridesmaids where she's offering her the little almond chocolates in the dish. And she's like, would you like one? She's like, I would actually love one. And her hands are like, and her lips are trembling. And she's like shoving it, even though she wants to throw up so bad. She's putting it in her mouth. She's like chewing it, like, you could just see her. You could hear the crunch. And with every bite, you're filling it with her, like, you just want to get sick. And she's like sweating bullets, literally just dripping down her face. Is that what we look like when we go to work hungover? And then someone's like, you good? Yeah, I'm good. You look like you're about to pass out. Your hairline's all wet. Oh shit. You look like crap, you feel like crap, and then you're telling yourself, why did I do that? Why did I get so drunk? I've had plenty of those times. I mean, I'm almost heading into 50. And when I look back, I always wonder, like, how the fuck did I get party from Tuesday through Monday? How did I do that and still pop up in the morning and go to work? And mind you, back in those days, I was working. It took me on the freeways out here in Cali. They're fucking horrible. So it took me an hour and a half, almost 2 hours every day to get to work. How I did that and managed to take care of my youngest one, held down a full time job and party Tuesday through Monday. And I was like, I'm good. Still getting off work and wondering while I'm at work, what am I going to do? Ooh, what dress am I going to wear tonight? Where am I going to go? What club? And this was before I was married. I mean, at a young age, I was out there running around and having fun, right? As a teen, I had my friends, my girl crew, and we were out there. And oh, back in the day, there was a club called the Arena. It was in LA. That was my spot. Me and my girls were there every weekend, dancing the night away like no tomorrow. Yeah, good times, good times, very good times. For you youngsters that are watching me, you're probably like, "What's the Arena?" I don't know, but just know that was when house came out and techno. And for those of you that know, you know what I'm talking about, and the house parties and the tagging crews and the, oh man, just brings me back. Those were the good old days, you know, back in the day where you could go and fight with somebody, not that I'm, if you have some shit going with somebody, you can fight, that's what we did. We fought and nobody got shot. Nobody got, you know, all of that stuff. I don't want to get, I don't know, reported or whatever for saying those words. The world's so damn sensitive now. But the reality is, this happens around us every day, all the time. But back in that day when I grew up, you can go out there and with somebody and you don't got to worry about that. You weren't looking like, if I go to here, am I going to, something bad gonna, like, you just did what you had to do and then that was it. And it was over with. And then you move on and, you live to see another day. And the world just went and got itself in a big ass, I don't know what. It has changed. And so I hold on to my past, and I really cherish my memories because those were the good old days. And I remember hearing you hear your parents or you hear your relatives talk about their good old days and you're like, yeah, 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 you're old. But you know what? I fucking understand now. I get it. I get it when they talk about their good old days, because now I'm sitting here doing the same thing and talking about my good old days. And there's probably people out there that are like, yeah, yeah, all you youngsters, yeah, yeah, yeah. You sound like my mom. But you know what? I don't know. Your mom's probably right. She's probably onto something because it was the good old days, especially if she's my age. Or your dad or, whoever, they talk about their, good times. And so yeah, that was my chat, guys. But like I said, if you don't care for the chat, that's why I put the first thing there was, I think, chat in the title, because for those of you that know, I'm a chibber chabber. I'm a chatterbox. Oh, whoa. Rose. Can I call you Rose? Okay, so that is a good ass song. Can I Call You Rose? For those of you that don't know, you should know, and you should look that song up because that's a badass jam. Can I Call You Rose? Duran Jones and the Indications. I think it's called Duran Jones. Duran Jones. They go out there and perform, and their music is amazing. The Sinceres, Mariah Avila, Trish Toledo, man, the list goes on and on. I mean, I could keep going with, there's way more artists out there that I'm missing that are putting out, they're keeping the oldies alive. And I love that because they're doing their renditions of, either remaking other past songs or they come up with their own stuff. And poof, man, Monophonics. It's only us and him. Yeah, that's But those are my jams. I love to hear stuff like that. Why am I opening my box? My hand is gravitated to El Tarot, my vintage tarot. For those of you that know, you know. When my hands gravitate, that's crazy. I usually read my tarot in the upright, unless I'm called to do otherwise. But why are these so hard to shuffle? Usually they're not. They're kind of like being stubborn. Why? Oh, why? Yeah. So I really hope this isn't too loud. What's going on over here, because I don't want to get copyrighted or whatever that's called. Yeah, so if you guys hear me singing out of nowhere and I just start to get into the groove of something, it's because I'm hearing what's happening over here, because I am playing my music, you know. Ooh, El Diablo. That could be linked to I was talking about bad habits earlier, the vaping, and taking care of our vessels, our body, and nourishing it. Ooh, I got a ringing in my left ear. Thank you, Spirit. So I don't know if I'm supposed to stay on that, talk about the bad habits, the drinking, the vaping, the smoking, whatever that looks like for you. It could even be, do I want to say it? It could be an addiction to looking at things sexually, sex addiction. Ooh, sex addiction. Something that you're holding on to here, some type of addiction. I don't know, maybe are we supposed to talk about that today? Are we supposed to talk about, something that you absolutely love, right? But it's a bad, toxic trait or habit. When I said sexual addiction, the Lover's card came out. I don't know if some of you out there are how it resonates. I believe most of you guys, you know what I'm saying. You know, it could be, it's only for those of you that know, like it's something like a habit, something really bad, like a bad habit. It's becoming unhealthy. That's what I'm trying to say. Something that is messing you up, and it's becoming unhealthy. And only you guys know what that looks like, because there can be a wide array of things that we're doing that are not healthy, right? So like, for example, I was talking about the vaping and the smoking. There's the hang one. And the hang one is in reverse. Maybe you guys need to take some time to slow down and really stop and think, try to gain that clarity on what it is. I think when you do, I think maybe putting your body in the action of trying to heal it is going to really work out for you. Okay. There's the 9 of Swords. I don't know if some of you are you got restless nights, sleepless nights, anxiety, something's keeping you up. Oof, we got the Judgment. Somebody coming back into your life, or is there something coming back around into your life that wants to present itself and it's not healthy? Take that how it resonates, however that looks like for you. Thank you, Spirit. Sorry if you guys can hear the whatever you're picking up, like sound wise, it's coming from My background is I have music running. So whatever this is, it's a heavy burden to bear, huh? Empress in reverse. It's kind of like telling me you're not balanced. It's causing you to maybe too much partying going on. You're not in your Empress vibe, right? It's kind of taking you off track a little. Maybe too much partying. This didn't want to go in the deck. This is maybe gaining some type of inner wisdom going within. You know, when I was talking about in the Libra reading, I was talking about how the oracle back in the day with Greeks and goddesses, you know, like I was talking about daughters and the fact that they were muses for different things. And when I broke it down into how they used to communicate back then, they would go to a high priestess and then they would talk to the oracle to receive guidance through the oracle. And so I was curious as to the fact that if there could be a card, because we have a card for the high priestess, right? But if there was a card for the oracle, even though we have oracle decks, right? But that's different. But if there was a card that represented the oracle, what would the card look like? What would it be? This is a possibility. You could see the hermit as an oracle, right? Because he's the one that holds all the wisdom when he speaks, right? But in order to give wisdom, sometimes we got to be in the hangman mode, the hangman mode, the hangman or the hangman. I sometimes call him the hangman. So if you hear me say that, I'm talking about the hangman. But sometimes we need to get into that mode in order to like get that clarity, in order to understand what kind of guidance, right? Wisdom do we need to receive in order to get us out of some of these, you know, toxic traits or bad habits, or, you know, whatever that looks like for you. Because like I said, I was talking about vaping, I was talking about alcohol, you know, partying in general. I know we've all done it, but the point is you got to have balance in everything you do, you know? You got to have some type of balance, or there's never going to be balance in your life. And then when things start getting out of control, you know, your life starts falling apart or your body starts falling apart, whichever one comes first. And that's the time to go within and really seek those answers to find out how to, you know, gain some type of control back. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Right here, I'm seeing, so the Queen of Cups, she's a master of her emotions, right? She holds all her emotions in that cup, but she's the master. She's mastering. But when you pair it with the Three of Pentacles, it's like saying, to me, the way I read, you know, this is what spirit is. I'm led and guided however spirit guides me, right? And so when I see the two together, there's no type of cooperation within your inner emotions and yourself. You're not coming into union with the way your body's feeling, with the way maybe your mind, your subconscious is telling you, like, okay, I need to slow down in some aspects of my life. But you're kind of avoiding the issue with yourself. You're not, that wants to show itself. What is that? The Strength card? These are really strong emotions that you're battling within, and you're not coming into union with yourself and pulling yourself up and out of whatever you need to pull yourself out of. You're not paying attention to what your body is saying, what's going on around you in your life. You're using all of your strength to fight whatever this is. But there is a lot of emotion with the Strength card being right behind the Queen of Cups. You're in a very deep emotional state. I'm hearing you have a lot of things in your mind, and those things are just piling up. Earlier, I seen the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords talks about anxiety. It's keeping you up at night. I did say somebody can't sleep. For those of you out there, maybe it's wreaking havoc on your sleeping pattern. You can't sleep at night. It's keeping you up, whatever this is, and it's really kicking you with that strength card, right? I see in my head right now, I'm picturing a lion literally at your feet, pulling on your pants, trying to wake you up. And the more they pull, the stronger the emotion, and the more you're trying to run, just avoid. You're not trying to come into union with the way that you feel. You're not cooperating with your thoughts, your mind, your body. You're not cooperating with what your family is probably telling you, because I see the pentacles right here. Pentacles also talks about your family life, your home. Maybe things are falling apart there, or things are happening there, and you really got to take into consideration, but you're running away from those feelings. You don't want to see things at the home for what they are, or in your personal life, or maybe your job, your finances. There's no cooperation with these things here. And there's a lot of emotion tied to them that you're feeling. They're heavy, but you're not working with it. You're not working with facing whatever this is. All right, so let's put these to the side. When I moved my cards here, what's funny is I thought it was just the strength card underneath the queen. The little two of pentacles was hiding itself behind the queen of cups. That's crazy, because I thought it was just a strength card. No balance. You're off balance. It's these emotions. You're not stable. You notice the queen of cups, there's a lot of water behind her. And look at the waves of emotion. And look at the background for the two of pentacles. That's the same. It's like a continuation, right? His water's flowing into her water, and they're like one. It's almost like if you could put it into a picture, all one canvas. It's like, picture the image of the queen of cups sitting there, and right across from her is the two of pentacles dude doing the balancing the pentacles in front of her like that, with the waves right behind them, all washing on shore, and the ocean right there just splashing around everywhere, going crazy. That's an unbalance of emotions right there. You're not balanced, and that's causing a lack of cooperation with yourself. You got to bring yourself back into balance. I'm seeing the word alignment. You got to bring yourself into alignment. Your thoughts, your mind is not matching with your body. Like your mind, you want to get out of certain things, or maybe break certain habits, but your mind is not. It's telling you, and your body's telling you, but you're not aligning. You're not listening to yourself. When I look at the queen of cups, it's funny because I don't think I ever really noticed this. It's weird, but it's like really zooming. It's like I'm seeing when you zoom something in, that's how I'm seeing the two little babies right here. Maybe something in your home life with your kids, some type of unbalance or instability with your family life. I see the babies. There's two of them. Take that how it resonates, whatever that looks like for you. But there's two babies here. Babies, kids, two little ones. Two people connected to her. Whatever that looks like for you, just take this all how it resonates. And then the three of pentacles in reverse. If you look at the card in the upright, what is the this is like family. That's more family right there, the people around you. But it's in the reverse, so there's no balance in the home life. Maybe a lot of fighting going on. I seen the word fighting, no balance, family. Maybe there's arguments, something's going on. Take it all how it resonates, okay? But yeah, with that, this is the card too that I was trying to, because I was laying them out for you. So let's put this all in order, right? Okay, so uh uh these two came out, and right behind her was the Two of Pentacles, but the Two of Pentacles was hiding, and I thought it was the Strength card. So I really don't, I kind of feel like, okay, since we found this one last, we're going to put it last. But there's an unbalance here, right? There we go. So you can see what I see, right? I think I could still push. Yeah, I can. I can still push this back. Oh, that's cool. You guys got a cool image there with me of what's happening here. Yeah, so let's see what else is going on. What else does my collective need to know? For those that resonate with this, take this. I'm looking at my Midnight Oracle guidebook. So that means I'm being called and drawn into grabbing that deck for you, that Oracle deck, so we can elaborate more and see what type of solution maybe guide you into what type of wisdom you need to know about yourself right now. Okay, and then we're going to also take it to, I'm seeing the shadow Oracle deck in my mind. Okay, what else, Spirit, please? Thank you. What else does collective need to know? The Sun in reverse. Yeah, there's no happiness. No type of fulfillment. And children. More children. Look at, and right under that, the 10 of Cups in the upright and the Judgment card wants to peek out again. Ooh, actually, there's so much major arcana right behind this. That's crazy. Oh, that's heavy. Something with the, and I'm seeing a lot of cups though right here. But with the Sun in reverse, you're trying to get to this happy space in your home, this happy place, but because of whatever is going on, whatever toxicity or whatever's grabbing hold of you in your life, it's wreaking havoc. And so you're trying to get to that, the Sun, but it's hard. And I see a lot of cups, which can also signify a lot of drinking. Maybe that's why the Sun is in reverse, because, you know, a lot of alcohol. Maybe take that how it resonates for whoever that does. You know, some stuff won't resonate and some stuff will. We're gonna look into some type of guidance, further guidance we can get for you guys. Okay, I don't want to mess these up. Oh well, I'll put them back in place if they get out of place. I just need a place to shuffle. Let me move sideways. Can I move sideways, guys? Because I need space. I feel like I'm like that. I don't like feeling like that. I feel cooped up, like I have no room to move. I don't like that feeling. Maybe some of you are claustrophobic. In my head. Thank you, Spirit. Please tell me what else, what kind of guidance does the collective need to know for whoever this resonates for? My angel baby, when you are near me, my heart skips a beat. Angel baby. I don't know why it's not playing right now, but I got that in my head. Angel baby, my angel baby. Ooh, I love you. I don't know, some of you like that song. Was that song dedicated to you? Do you think of somebody specific? When you hear that song, does it put you in your feels? All right, serpents and embrace. No, serpents embrace and tighten. This is the 2, and they both came out in the upright. Okay, be in the reverse, but they popped up out. They popped up, and they popped out. They showed up for you in the upright. So we got the 30th. 30 is significant. And so we got 24, I think. Yes. 24, 30 and 24. Okay. And the number 15. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I'm looking at the Lover's card over here. And it has 15 on my dice. All right. Let's look up Titan, because I believe this one came out first. Okay. Titan. I think isn't there a movie with the name Titan on it? Clash of the Titans, or I don't know. Anyhow, Titan. Where's the book? Oh, baby. Sorry, I'm not a singer. You guys already know that. I already told you that. I'm not a singer, eh? I'm not a singer. Me mentioning my how I grew up, where I grew up, like just kind of the my a little bit of my past, my background, me talking about that a lot, and even where I was at the time, growing up in my younger days. And I'm wondering if and then having the need, like I put on my oldies, and and I'm sitting here and then talking like that, and I don't know if there's somebody, if I'm speaking to somebody that is really can really relate to me, and really can they have that same atmosphere, vibe, childhood. You relate to what I'm saying, and you get it. For those of you that know, right? And so maybe you could be one of those. Maybe I'm talking to somebody that has maybe the same cultural background as me. I don't know why I want to say this. Maybe just drinking is heavy in the family, your family. It's you know there's a lot of that. You grow up. I grew up you know around I my grandparents, they partied hard. We had parties at my grandparents' house every weekend. The whole, the banda, and the music, and every weekend I seen everybody getting crazy drunk every weekend from the time I was really, really little, really, really little. And it's just how a lot of us grow up. That's how we grow up, our background, where we come from. We kind of can't escape it or avoid it, right? It's just really heavy in our lineage. And so, I get it. I get that 100%, and still till this day, it can be like that for me. That's what you grow up with, and you're around, and that's your comfort zone, that's your home, that's family, that's familiar. And so I kind of feel like maybe I'm picking up on, I don't know, this might be for somebody out there that gets it, that understands. All right. And so, okay, here we go, the Titan. So take that if it resonates with you. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so you got it in the upright right here. It's saying strength, protection, and responsibility. This card represents a towering force of resilience and determination. It signifies the ability to rise above challenges, protect what matters, your kids, your home, your family life, right? That's what I'm saying. It's saying right here, though, protect what matters. And so right away, my mind went to the images of family in these pictures, the babies, family in general, the pentacles, the family right here, right? That's what I picked up on big time. Even in the horse and the sun card, as a child. Okay, so protect what matters and wield power wisely. And I was talking about Hermit card, and if there could be a tarot card for oracle, the word oracle, it would be the Hermit. And the Hermit's about what? Wisdom. That's almost like the voice of God, right? That's what the oracle was considered as, the voice of God. And so the Hermit would be the next closest thing, if we were to look at it that way and, and have a card for it in our tarot deck, right? It would be the Hermit, because the Hermit is filled with wisdom, right? I don't know, some of you, I'm seeing the word church. If some of you go to church, or you've been to church, or your family goes to church, Christianity, Catholic, and of course, there it is for me. That's where it all started for me. That's where I pick up that side of myself. I don't push it away. I don't ignore it. Just because I believe what I believe now, I believe in a lot of different things. I don't place myself in any type of religion. I embrace my past, my childhood, exactly 10000 on the clock as I'm saying that. Okay? Look that up. But my clock ran one, now it's 111, 10011. But when I was saying that, it was 10000. So take that and look it up if you want. I don't know what it means, but I know it's powerful. Because 00 and even zero is like some type of master number or something. It's real significant. But anywho, taking it back to childhood, right? I grew up with a picture of, the guardian angel on my wall. Actually, and that's one of my favorite candles. See, I had that image on the wall. And for those of you that know, you probably grew up with one of those on your wall too, right? Hanging above your bed with a little cross made out of what is that plant? It's like a fan looking type of, that's symbolic in they take it and they can make crosses out of it. But I remember that as a kid. My mom, I don't know who or how, but I ended up with the little folded plant, and it was dead, so it wasn't green anymore. And it, turned brown, but they folded it into the sign of a cross, and my mom put it next to my picture of my guardian angel, and it was over my bed every night. She recited the Our Father and Hail Mary, full of grace, with thee, blessed art thou amongst women. If you guys know, you know. If you're my era, you grew up like that, and you had strong religion in the family with when it came to Catholic. I was in catechism and all that. My mom dropped me off every weekend and I hated it. But if, I don't suppress any of that. I acknowledge it, I embrace it, because that is all a part of me. I don't run from it. I don't Before, I used to do that, and I always wondered, why do I struggle so much with trying to fit into one specific religion? Well, now I know why. It's because you don't run away from the things, unless it's causing you pain or hurting you, and it's not normal, some type of cult or weird thing going on. You know what I mean when I say that? Then that's, of course, yes, fucking run far away from that shit. That's not normal. But what I'm talking about is what, growing up the way I did, and that whole the Catholic and Christianity. And, with me, I don't I don't have like super terrible experiences where I could be like, ooh, and I got to get away from this. It's all about, I just embrace all aspects of myself, because if you really look at it, it's a part of you and your journey in life, right? It's your own personal journey, you know? And so it helped shape me who I am, and it gave me knowledge along the way of what everything is and what it's about. I just gained more wisdom into certain things, and that's the way I see it. Maybe some of you, I'm saying this because the family structure, the home life, maybe church, or, it's really important. Family is very important, right? And in the Mexican culture, that's what it is. We live with grandma, tia, tios, all the cousins, right? Sometimes we can pack a whole house out with everybody in it and grow up living like that. Or we still take care of our parents as we get older and we turn into adults, and I know friends that do that, and they take care of their parents. And I can't take care of my parents 24/7, but whatever, if they ever need anything, I'm there for sure, 100%. Family comes first. Something happens to my pops or my mom, I'm there. I try to do as much as I can when I can. But for some of us, the parents or the grandmas or the family is in the home for the whole time, your whole life sometimes. Sometimes you grow up and some people just, they stick together as a family unit. And so whatever that, maybe that's what it looks like for you. I don't know, but uh it's saying right here that you have the resilience to do what matters, take care of the family, protect what matters, that you have the resilience and the determination to rise above whatever challenges this is, whatever this looks like for you, whatever challenge you're facing. Okay? Protect what matters and wield power wisely. Wield means like use it wisely, right? Use your power wisely. Okay, so that was what Titan meant. Okay, that was card 24. Now let's jump into 30. Card 30, Serpent's Embrace. I love the imagery on all of these. I absolutely love it. That's why I got this deck. When I seen it, I was like, oh, so awesome. I'm really attracted and drawn by my eyes to the visionary of things, like the vision of things. Like my eyes see and I go. Like I don't care. If I like it, I like it. If it's visually pleasing for me, I want it. When it comes to art, I absolutely love it. It just really, really it really gets my heart going. Serpent's Embrace. Okay, so in the upright, it means temptation. Thus, El Diablo card, the devil showed itself in the beginning of the read. It popped up and said, "Hey, I'm here." And we were like, "Oh shit, you are. What does this mean?" And so that's when I started getting into the whole the temptation aspect of wanting to vape or drink, or I got into the whole vibe of talking about, that's how all of this popped up, right? Because El Diablo made an appearance and we're talking about some type of bad habit or just addiction in general, for whatever that is, whatever that looks like for you. It says temptation, transformation, and forbidden allure. Ooh, the forbidden aspect. I'm resonating hardcore because I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. I'm sorry, but this happens when I'm really picking up the fact that this read is really for somebody out there that's going to see it. 10707 on the clock. As soon as I looked at it, look that up. This is all signs and synchronicities. I'm really big on that, people. And so if you don't know, you need to know to get a paper and a pencil, get a paper, get a paper and a pencil and write down, or, take a little side note somewhere, 7-Eleven and 70707. Right now it was 10707. Earlier when I was saying something else, I believe it was 10000 on the clock. When I hit on really hard key points, woof. Okay, so I'm getting a pain in my left shoulder. So I'm hitting hard with something here, but it's like almost like I don't know. Some of you out there have arthritis, or you have a messed up left shoulder. Take that how it resonates. Okay, so transformation. Okay, yeah. So write those down. That way you could go back after the video and then look all those things up and see if they call to you, if they can help you and guide you in some type of way. Because angel numbers can also guide. They can. It's like angels speaking to us, right? From their realm to ours, kind of guiding us in a certain direction or reassuring us or telling us things. And so, yeah, take those numbers down, look it up for yourself on your phone, however you do, and see if that can help you. Okay, so temptation, transformation, and forbidden allure. This card represents the seductive pull of desires, as well as the shedding of old skins to reveal new layers of identity. Reflection. Okay, so this is the part where they want you to reflect on what this card is meaning, right? Let's hold it up for you guys. Let's see. What are you clinging to? Thus the Four of Pentacles. I got it in my mind's eye right now because earlier in the deck when I was looking and reading as I was splitting my deck, the Four of Pentacles popped out with, I believe, El Diablo. Ooh, rewind this video, look back, because I believe That's when El Diablo showed up. There was the Four of Pentacles on the other side, I think. If if I'm right. But anywho, the point is Four of Pentacles did pop up in it showed itself. That's the clinging. What are you holding on to? What are you clinging on to? That the Four of Pentacles, that's why that showed up. That no longer serves you. Dang. Gotta go back, rewind to that part of the video. Can you harness the transformative power of the serpent to renew yourself? The serpent, it sheds skin, right? When it no longer needs it, it'll leave behind its skin. That's crazy because taking it back to family, I remember my pops. He actually went out there and he hunts a lot. And so when he was out there in nature, he brought back home a snake. And it was either him or the snake. So he had to do what he had to do. And yeah, he brought it back and he actually took it apart. For those of you that are big animal lovers, you know, I get it, but at the same time too, this is reality and this is life and the way that, you know, hunters hunt, right? But when being out there in the wild, you're going to run across these wild things. So, you know, anywho, the point is the skin. I remember the skin, you know, him laying it out in the sun to dry and he pinned it flat onto a board and he even kept the rattler. Oh, that's crazy. I don't know if some of you guys hunt or somebody hunts in the family or you know your family is really big on that. You guys go hunting. Have a lot of memories with that or you're fond with doing things like that. But yeah, that's what to shed its old skin, right? To transform. That's what a snake does when they transform, right? They shed the old skin to make way for the new. Okay. I got a in my mind, I seen a real quick flash of uh Indian heritage. Maybe some of you have that in your background or you love the culture. And I'm seeing I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie La Bamba where he goes to a healer in Mexico. And actually hanging from this healer's home is like snake stuff, snake skins and all kinds of like, you know, shaman like healing things because that's what he does. And he even has, I think, a snake skin wrapped around his head, I think. And he actually is cooking and making snake for breakfast. And he's giving it, breaking off, you know, his food and giving it to them. It was Richie and his brother Bob. And the mother going like this because Richie had his rattle the from the rattler of the snake. He had the healer gave a talisman, which was a rattle around. He made it into a necklace and put it on Richie. So I don't know if some of you out there are into that or you hold something that is like a talisman, like it has significant meaning for you and you wear it around your neck. And I know in that movie, La Bamba, Bob was an alcoholic. He was a really bad alcoholic. He loved his family, but it was his brain wasn't aligning with what was going on in the home. It was a lot of chaos, right? And he had a baby with Rosie, and there was a lot of chaos, right, in the home. And his brain, he wanted to try. There was a point where he was trying to like get into drawing, and that was his passion and that was his love, and he wanted to try to fix himself. And instead of drinking, it shows him drawing, right? And he was trying to get out of that, you know, but then that alcohol called him right back, and then It was just something hard for him to get out of. And then at the end, where, one of the last times Richie was with his family, they gave him a coming home party. And Bob was real upset, but the uncle was like, "Don't even worry about it. Don't trip. He's just on the wagon. He's mad because he's on the wagon." And then he ends up falling off the wagon and saying, "You know what? Fuck it." And he goes and he cracked open a beer and he just started chugging it. I don't know. I'm resonating with somebody out there that has this background. You watch those La Bamba, you know what I'm saying. All of the stuff that I'm talking about, you get it, because that is who you are as well. There's similarity there, right? Oh, I hear neighbors arguing. I'm like the cat. I don't know if you guys seen the video. I seen it on Instagram and I thought that shit was funny when like the animals, they get nosy and they're in the window like they're peeking over the fence and the neighbors are arguing. Ah, you're being nosy. That shit's funny. Somebody could come knocking at your door and you fucking run and hide, but the minute you hear people fucking arguing outside, you run and fucking peek out your blinds. You want to know why? Why the fuck do we do that? Why does that happen? Fucking run and hide. There was a video that I had created earlier, and actually that happened to me. Somebody came knocking on my door, and I was in the middle of a read. I think it was a new love reading. I think that was a good read. I had forgot about that read, but anywho, that was actually a good read. And during that read, I put new love literally knocking at your door, because literally I was talking about new love and somebody came knocking on my door and fucking I wanted to get up and run. Got scared. But no, I could hear fucking cops, chaos, helicopters, and I'm like, whoop, get up and go run outside or go look through the window. You want to see? Why is that? But you hear a little tiny door knock and you're like, ping. You scatter like crazy, like, hide. Fucking chaos is going on outside, fucking Armageddon, and you're like, ooh, let's go look. Let's go peek out the window, shall we? Yeah, so there we go. That is oh, you know what? I didn't read when I was reading the part of Serpent's Embrace, the reflection part. What are you clinging onto that no longer serves you? And can you harness the transformative power of the serpent, right, to renew yourself? So think about that. What are you clinging on to that no longer serves you? Okay. But you do have that transformative, resilient power in you, almost like the superhero transformer. That's what I see when I see that. You have it in you to transform yourself. And this card even says it. Let's take it back, shall we? That's the part I didn't read, and that's what I wanted to get back to. In this Titan card, I didn't read the reflection part, but it's saying this right here, this is your superhero power, strength, protection, responsibility. It's like Iron Man. Iron Man, right? It says right here, it represents a towering force of resilience and determination. It signifies the ability to rise above challenges, protect what matters, and wield power wisely. Reflection part, okay? How do you harness your inner strength? Boom, people, boom. Can't use your inner strength. Are you using your power to uplift or to dominate? You're trying to dominate. You're using your power right here, your strength, to dominate your emotions and suppress those feelings by being out of balance, not in alignment, right? You're not being resilient with this power. You're using all that strength in you that you have to run from whatever the fuck is going on. Okay? You got to get out of that energy and you got to turn it into a transformative power, the power of the serpent. Ooh. Okay, so I did a reading prior and it was the clarity of the cobra, because that was a channeled message that I got from spirit. And we're talking about clarity earlier, and with that you can gain wisdom and the knowledge that you need, right? to start making some type of transformation in your life, okay? The power of the cobra. Here's the serpent again. It's just showing up. I don't know, maybe if you want to take a peek into that read. I don't know if you have, I forgot. This Leo. Here's Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Virgo? Leo? Cancer? Shit, I forgot. Sorry. I don't know. You're going to have to go in and search that. But I did talk about in one of the, it is a sign read. It was either Cancer, Leo, or Virgo. One of those three that talked about the clarity of the cobra. That was a channeled message that I had gotten from Spirit, the clarity of the cobra. And I found that really fascinating as well. Sometimes Spirit, you know, I have to decode what's going on in the messages that I'm being given, you know, because I really pour my whole heart into every single read and what I'm channeling for you guys. It's important, right? You need to hear these messages. I have my hair cute today. It's like in a little bun up top. I think it's adorable. Actually, look, I have my, I don't know, I have my bandana on, and I don't know, my hair is cute today. I'm like, ooh, I got ready. I was feeling it. I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I was like, oh, you look cute. Gotta go somewhere. I don't know. For us girls, sometimes we do that. We like have a good day, and we look in the mirror, and we're like, oh, thank you, Spirit guides. Sometimes we, you know, we're feeling ourselves, right? Even the guys, you guys talk to yourselves in the mirror like, I look good today. Yep. You wink at yourself. All right. Oh, yeah. I told you I was going to pull from Shadow because I'm looking and Spirit's like, Shadow, you said that. You told him you were going to pull from the Midnight Oracle and the Shadow. I can't pick up these two cards. This one doesn't want to go. I couldn't pick that up for the life of me, and I was grasping it, and it was like a magnet to the table. Numbness. This is taking it back to drinking. To feel pain is to be alive and human. Numbness. And there's these words again. Indifference, disconnection. That's that disconnect. Insensitivity. You're being insensitive to the emotions and that you're feeling, and the fact that you're being insensitive to maybe your body, and you're not in alignment with facing what you're feeling. Okay? And you're numbing it. To feel these feelings, right? Yes, to feel is to be human. But don't run from it. Feel it and go through the motions, but also take care of it at the same time, you know? Pull yourself up out of the shit, because you can. You can do it. But don't numb it off and fight the feeling so much that, you know, you just keep, you know, with the drinking or keep with the bad, whatever it is, because you're just, that's how you numb yourself. You just don't want to deal with it. You're like, oh, I know how to make myself stop thinking about the fact that I need to stop drinking. I'll just start drinking. I'll get really drunk and I'll forget all about it. It'll go right out the window because I'll start feeling good, and then I won't pay attention to it, right? I mean, shit, I'm guilty of doing that because that's what happens, right? That's what happens to us. This one, too, was hard to pick up. Suppression. Express, don't suppress. Authenticity is freeing. Free yourself from the chains of El Diablo, because the devil card, that, you know, they're chained up, right? Free yourself from suppression. Authenticity is freeing. Express, don't suppress. Freedom, you got to experience that freedom, whatever's chaining you down. Restraint, repression, censorship. Okay, let's see, what else? This is the Shadow Work Oracle deck. Ooh, okay. These spun around. Maybe that's what you're seeing. A lot of spinning when you wake up. Hungover and shit. Okay, so here we go. Guilt, neglect, envy. And at the bottom of the deck, anger. Maybe these are all the shadow aspects that your body is walking in. You're a walking pot of anger, envy, guilt, and neglect, which, you know, these are all, like I said, it's the shadow work oracle deck. So don't none of you get offended and be like, oh, I don't feel like that. Why are you saying, if this doesn't resonate with you, then it doesn't. But I'm pretty sure it's going to resonate for somebody out there that this was who the message is for. And you know who it is, right? You know if it's you. And so I'm just the middleman. I'm just I'm presenting here. This is what spirit wants to tell you. Okay. So fire to transform. There's the word again, that transformative energy, right? Of the snake, the serpent, shedding the old skin, right? Being resilient like the Titan. You have that power of resilience and transformation. Make it happen, people. Use the fire to transform and not to destroy. Maybe you get triggered a lot really easily. Maybe you walk around, maybe when you get drunk, if drinking is a problem for you, the anger comes out. Like you can be an explosive fireball, like that picture for anger. Maybe you fight when you go out. You start fighting with people, fighting with family members, where you're waking up the next day and you're having to be like, oh, what did I do? Maybe for some of you, you've woken up in jail, actually. Like, oh, shit. I did it again. Or, what the fuck did I do? Or regretting it, sitting there waiting for someone to bail you out. That shit's crazy, but it's real life, people. It's real life. Envy, guilt, neglect. Okay, so neglect, right? In my mind, neglecting your body, neglecting the family, neglecting what needs to be done and what needs the healing that you need to do. Tend to your inner garden and it will flourish. Don't neglect it. Tend to it. Tend to your inner garden and it will flourish. Disregard, overlook, forgetfulness. You're disregarding and overlooking the fact that this healing needs to take place. And then guilt, because whatever's happening, if this is happening, what I just described, you're feeling a lot of guilt the next day. You know, maybe there's a lot of things that are being said in the heat of the moment when you are drinking or when you're on whatever's going on, whatever that looks like for you. This addiction. I had a lot of words in my head and I had to pick one. And so it's causing some type of guilt in you. Okay. And so the guilt right here, it says release the chains. There's that word. Chains. Release the chains of past mistakes and embrace the growth they bring. Garden, nourish, flourish, growth. Releasing yourself from those chains. Release yourself from El Diablo. So guilt, and with that is remorse, shame, and regret. Okay? And a lot of times our addictions can give us those feelings, right? And then we got turn green eyes into a force for self-improvement and inspiration. Envy, and it's also jealousy, covetousness, and longing. Maybe the envy part in you is because you envy the fact when you see people that don't live like that and that they can go somewhere to a party and not drink, or go or just have a few and that's it, or just, maybe you see that and you wish you can have that, but it's a struggle for you and it makes you envious when you see people that can, they don't have that certain addiction, whatever that looks like for you, and it bothers you. It's making you envious inside of the fact that, or maybe somebody said, I've healed from that, you can too. And the fact that you see that there's been healing and you're waiting for yours. Maybe you're trying and it's not working out and it's hard. And you know what? It's not a one size fits all when it comes to addiction, for whatever it is, and healing. It's not a one size fits all. It looks different for everybody, however you heal and whatever you're going through, right? It's not, you can't whatever healing that person is went through and is going through and that worked for them, that's great. You can take tidbits of that, whatever works for you, and then find other things that could work for you. It doesn't mean you have to be in the box of that person's healing, and what worked for them should work for you. It looks Healing looks like many ways, shapes, and forms for many different people. Like a diet, looking to lose weight. What worked for me is not going to work for, everybody else around me. Just and a good example is that I was talking to a cousin when I went to a family event not too long ago, and I was telling her about, because she was like, "Damn, you lost a lot of weight," and so I was telling her about these fell on my lap. We'll get to these right now, but I was telling her about uh how I did it, and she had the Oscar face right away, like, ugh. She's like, "You like fish?" She's like, I don't do I can't do fish and vegetables all the time. I can't. And she's not a vegetable lover, and so what worked for me obviously is not going to work for her. She's not going to jump on board with that diet if that's what she knows. There's a lot of that has to be, you got to eat, and certain other things that you have to take into consideration that you can't have. And so that, you know, she's actually, I think she was on the Ozempic, I think. But then again, too, that's what I'm saying. What one thing looks like for somebody, what one person's transformative thing, it can look transformative in different ways of transforming for someone else. Like that, my transformative way and thing that I did, it's not going to work for her, but maybe it'll work for somebody else, or maybe they'll just take certain aspects of that and it'll work for them. But then there's other things that they do. Maybe they throw in going to the gym. I didn't go to the gym. I don't like the gym. And if someone tells me go to the gym, I'm like, "Ew, I'm already getting Oscar." I'm like, no, thanks. I tried to do that. That was a long time ago, but I prefer to exercise in the privacy of my own home, because I just feel uncomfortable. So the gym is not my vibe, right? It's not my thing, and that's okay. Just like with your healing and your addiction and your specific whatever you're going through, whatever works for you. The 10 steps, the AA, that doesn't work for everybody. Some people it does. Some people can sit there and hold on to that, and they go to those things for the rest of their lives, and it's done wonders. It's a part of their healing. Maybe for you it could be going to a counselor, actual therapy, and sitting in that private session, because maybe you're not a person that wants to stand up and get up there in front of a lot of people and have all eyes on you, because you don't like to express feelings in front of other people, especially in front of other people. You may be somebody that you go away from the feel. You're not a feelings type of person to begin with. And so maybe you feel more the private aspect of seeing someone one on one and getting counseling or help in that way and talking to somebody that way. And so what that can work for you, you know, it all looks different. You got to find where you fit in there and take little bits and pieces of all these little wise ways of healing and put them in your own little, you know, your puzzle will fit. I see a puzzle, an image of a puzzle in my mind, and you're taking all these different aspects of healing. But when you place them all together, it's your own puzzle, and it's going to fit for you. You're going to be able to place the pieces where you see, and they're going to fit, right? For you. Dependency, and this could be whatever you're dependent on. Your addiction, it's a dependency. Like your body, it really relies on it. Find strength and self-sufficiency and empowerment. Oy. I think that makes you upset to know that your body is dependent on a certain thing, that it's just so hard. It just has a stronghold. I hear and see the word stronghold. Reliance, neediness, addiction. That's right there. And this flew out on my lap. They jumped into my lap and said, "Nope, it's not over yet." And then these two came out in the reverse. Apathy and illusion. Ignite your passion, for it's the antidote to indifference. Indifference is also came out in the numbness, I believe. Indifference is right there where my thumb's at. It's right there in the corner. Let me hold on. It's right there in these little, the bottom words. It's the last one, indifference. And this is in regards to numbing yourself. But right here it's saying ignite your passion, for it's the antidote to this. So whatever your passion is, it's saying ignite your passion. It's the antidote. It's going to help fight this. Whatever this looks like for you, the indifference, the drinking, the addiction, whatever that looks like for you. What's your passion? Maybe you need to ask yourself that. That's another way to gain clarity and wisdom and insight. That's a piece of your puzzle right there. What is your passion? What do you like to do? What do you like to do that actually gets your mind away from your addiction, that you put your mind into, that it steers you away from thinking about those things, for even if it's just for a little bit? Maybe take it up a notch, or start doing the things that ignite your passion. And then right here we have illusion. So I think they came out in the reverse, because you're not doing anything, that there is no passion for anything. You're not really picking up the tools that you need to take steps towards this healing, right? Because you're in that fighting mode still. This was also in the reverse. It's seek reality, even if it's raw and challenging. Mirage, fantasy, deception. But it was in the reverse. So that's telling me that you're well aware of what's going on with yourself. You're just fighting it, which is good, because they say the first step to healing is to become aware and to acknowledge the fact, and just to be able to say, yes, I do have that addiction. Kind of like AA, when you stand up and say, hi, my name is so-and-so and I am an alcoholic. You're acknowledging your addiction. Yes, I'm aware. So this tells me you're well aware. You're well aware of your addiction, of whatever that is. And so as long as you are, that's your first step towards, your healing path. You're aware, you're just fighting it. It's not like you're in an delusional la la land, like, I don't have a problem. I'm fine, I'm fine. Everything's all good. That's not what this is. It's like, no, you're well aware. You're just fighting it, because there are people that they don't acknowledge. They think they're perfectly fine, even though maybe they wrap their car around a telephone pole or a light pole, and they're still sitting there till kingdom comes, swearing that I'm good. I'm fine. Nothing's wrong. I don't know why, but I got an image in my head of a guy that I had drove by just last week, and it was started to get a little trafficy on this street that I drive down all the time to come, to and from work. And the dude wrapped his car, like literally he knocked over a telephone, no, a light pole, a street lamp, but the concrete ones. And the whole front end of his car was all the way to I was surprised I don't know if he was a passenger or, to me, what it looked like, because we had to drive around him really slow because it had just happened. But the cops had him pulled out of the vehicle already, and they were giving him a sobriety test right there. And it's literally right there, just a couple of feet away from that knocked over lamp. So I don't know if any of you have experienced something like that, where you have gotten really close with, oh, I'm hearing the sirens. I'm hearing a cop or paramedic, one of the two. That's a sign. That was for somebody. Maybe you guys have already gotten yourself in trouble with things like that. The law, you've already wrecked your car, crashed it. that was a sign. I don't know if you heard it in the background, but siren went off. But yeah, that's the image that I got. That dude last week, and he was getting a sobriety test right there on the sidewalk. And his car was literally, the whole front end was smashed in. You guys like oldies? I know I do, but I feel like some of you do. All right, let's get you. Nope, that's not calling me at all. I kind of feel like that was that. I kind of feel like that was your message, guys. That was your message. So whoever that was for, take it all how it resonates. If it doesn't resonate with you, then leave it for somebody else. Okay, and so yeah, that's crazy. Thank you for having my morning coffee with me and Jack and Mr. Skeleton back there. My daughter did name him, but I forgot what she named him. But yeah, thank you so much for being in here. And I don't know, just I guess that was a pretty that was a for whoever needed to hear that, you know. That was a deep read. But yeah. I am going to figure out what I'm going to do right now because I'm preparing for dinner later tonight, but I got to see. I got things I have to do. But anywho, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Roxanne, if you don't know, and this is Alchemy of Acrimony, and this is my beautiful channel. So thank you so much for catching this in whatever time, space, or place that you do. And I thank each and every one of you for being here and for viewing my videos. And thank you for taking your precious time out just to watch me. And, you know, I'm hoping that I'm delivering all the messages that should be sent and delivered out there at whatever time Spirit decides to send it. And you guys are catching it and it's helping you in any way, shape, or form. So thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, I'll probably get on here again in a little while. I just got to do some things. And then, yeah. And then I'll hop back on here, God willing, right? All right. So thank you so much for joining again. And I'll see you next time. See ya.